the topic. So I could have been given a test one day simplifying fractions by staring at it, trying to find the value that comes out of both. Maybe I would get half of them right. I don't know. But now that I knew this method, was taught this method, I would get them all right. You know, so what you want to do is practice this over and over and over again. Just curious, anybody from 112, you never see this before. You've never seen this method of simplifying fractions. Anyone taking Math 112? So do you guys know what I'm talking about by using this method? Yeah. Yeah, I would say whether you're in calculus or beginning algebra, this is how you want to simplify your fractions. Okay, you guys okay with that? Yeah. What if you had those letters? 12x over 25y times 35y over 36x. And again, notice you're multiplying. Okay, how do you multiply fractions again? Straight across. Okay, so you get 12x times 35y, 25y times 36x. Okay. Break down your numbers. How do you break 12 down as? Isn't that 2 times 2 times 3? Isn't that 12? Okay, don't forget your x is there, so it's times x. Times, how do you break 35? 7 times 5, and don't forget it's times a what? A y. Break 25 down. 5 times 5, don't forget you have your y there. Break 36 down. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Don't forget the x is there. Do you guys know 36 is really 4 times 9? 4 is 2 times 2. 9 is 3 times 3. Okay, you guys okay with that? All right, now what do you do with this? Cancel. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. X. Look at that. X and what? X. 7? No. 5 and, is there a 5? Yeah. Y and what? Y, okay. I went through the whole list on top of numbers and canceled what I could. Go back, circle what is not canceled. And what do you end up with? 7 over what? 15. This is reduced to lowest terms, this product. Okay, you guys okay with this? All right, well, let's see if, again, this is still review. Let me ask you, multiplying fractions. For some reason, students get a little bit confused with the following product of fractions. So, for example, if you had 6 times 3/4. Okay? And you said, but I thought you said we use this format when we multiply fractions together, 2 fractions. You see the 3/4, that's one fraction on the right, but what about the number 6? Right? You can put 6 divided by what? 1. Do you guys now see a fraction? What is 6 divided by 1 anyway? Isn't that 6? Is that true? Okay, you guys okay with this? All right, so then what do you do with this? And you say this is 6 now times 3. You guys okay with that? 1 times what? 4. What is 1 times 4? 4. Kind of interesting. Students actually, you know, this is kind of a tough one for a lot of people. Because they're not sure, do I multiply the 6 with the 3? Do I multiply the 6 with the 4? Which one do I do? Well, you know what? 6 is described as 6 over 1 as a fraction. What did you do when it wasn't 1? You multiplied the 6 with the top number, right? Nothing's changed. Simplify this. How do you write 6 as? 2 times 3. Can you break 3 down? No. How about 4? 2 times 2. So what do you do now? Cancel your 2's. What else do you do? Can you cancel anything else? No. So your 3's are left, the 2's left. 9 over what? 2. You are done. You simplified this fraction. Okay? You guys okay with that? You simplified this really 18 over 4. But you multiplied a whole number with a fraction. You got it to be 9/2. Do you have to write this as 4.5? No, you don't have to. Do you write this as, oh, what? Is that 4.5? No. Okay? When you multiply here, leave your answer as an improper fraction that's reduced. The only thing you need to do is make sure that the answer is reduced as a fraction. Doesn't matter if the fraction's improper. You remember what improper meant? The numerator was larger than the denominator. Okay, you guys okay with this one here? I give you this because we're going to see a lot of it. You know, and a lot of times people aren't sure what to do. They forget what to do with this one. Okay, we're going to see a lot of these. Okay, what about the process of dividing fractions? You're going to divide fractions now, okay? So let me give you a fraction here. See if you guys remember this. Here's your first fraction. Do you guys know? What's this symbol? What symbol is this? Division. Okay. You're going to divide by diamond over happy face. Do you guys remember, how do you divide fractions? Do you remember? How do you divide your fractions again? You kept the first fraction the same, triangle over your square, and what did you do with the second fraction? You flipped it over, or you wrote the reciprocal, which is happy face over what? Diamond. And don't forget now, the operation becomes multiplication. Okay, so let's think about this. If you can simplify fractions, you can multiply your fractions. If you can multiply fractions, you can divide fractions. Okay? So that process of simplification can lead you to two other operations.